Hello, Black South Africans, and Sizwe Zulu, and hello, genuine immigrants into South Africa from across races. All right, so I want to speak about the Iranian issue and the hatred of Black South Africans, the misguided hatred of Black South Africans, which is informed by ignorance and fed by agendas of enemies of Israel, be they Arabs or white socialists, white liberals as well, and even white conservatives, and other people, because Israel has got many enemies, all right, and not saying Jewish people are innocent of having enemies, all right, they are very evil deeds that have been done by especially Jewish elites on earth, uh, legitimate issues which can't be silenced by drawing anti-Semitism into every discussion as though Jewish people cannot be rebuked or blamed when they're doing wrong. Uh, so But the question I'm bringing forth is that in every nation there are good and bad people, and so this anti-Semitism would be, for my understanding, the type of people who only see evil in others and never speak about the good that those same people are doing. But this happens to many nations. Because, for instance, I'm Zulu. In South Africa, every bad thing is blamed on Zulus, and there's hardly any praise when Zulu people are doing good things. So that is what anti-Zuluism. All right. So you see these also when they blame, uh, say, superpowers that are hated by certain people. They would only list evil things done by those superpowers, but don't not mention the good things that they do. Whereas on their favorite superpowers, they'll only be listing good things that those superpowers of theirs have done, and intentionally exclude the evils that those people have done. Like, for instance, black socialists will tell you about all those people like Stalin and them, but they won't tell you about the 20 plus million Russians he murdered. All right. So that's the core reason why there's no justice on earth, because just like Jews have got greatest Pharisees, therefore hypocrites in their midst, so does many people on earth. What I used to love about Zulu people is that they were straightforward yes or no people. There was no hypocrisy in Zulu culture. But Zulus themselves today, thanks to politics, are now hypocrites as well. Shocking. Now, look at this thing I say Iran. Black South Africans of the socialist stroke communist and fold, particularly groomed as ANC folk, whether today they are EFF and all other offsprings of the ANC. Somebody trained them that Israel is the enemy, kind of like Israel is invading the land of so-called Palestinians. And then the people just simply absorbed that information and took it as truth. But when benkosi nihleli namabhayibheli every day in your houses, Israel has never belonged to Arabs. The so-called Palestinians are Arabs. Arabs took large lands from blacks. And they've got large lands even in the Middle East. Israel is a tiny land. When did Israelites take the land of so-called Palestinians? And a black South African who doesn't understand the issue of Israel is a problem, because you are denying your own history. We, the Nguni, we are Bantu. We come from Cush in the Bible. If you are reading about Cush, you are reading about us. If you are reading about Egypt, you are reading about the other blacks. I believe Egyptians would be blacks like the Shona, Venda, the Chi people. The Chi people laba beyibongo ezabo Chikalanga, Chi Watwa, Chikane, Nanan. They are the ones who are ruling SADC for now. So the Chi people, the Nigerians, is it the Igbo associated with them? But your type, yeah, but they're different from us if you note them. So those are the ones that I classify as Egyptians. And the Ethiopians, who are more powerful than the rest of us, shockingly. Abo Paul Kagame and them, those are Shebians. All right. Then there's Put. I believe Put, Basutu groups come from Put. I believe so. All right. So now, if you are reading the Bible and you look at these four groups that I'm talking about, you find that according to God and history, we were always friends of Israel. Let's put aside the slavery in Egypt, which happened for a purpose. But any other time before that slavery and after that slavery, we were close allies with Israel. We're close friends with Israel. We defended and fought for Israel. All throughout our existence, all throughout our civilization, we are the ones who originated civilization on earth. By the way, Cush. Nimrod was Cush. Now, you are now denying the history of your forefathers, which were now you always defended Israel and their inheritance. Hence, Israel usually ran to our forefathers to seek help from the Arabs when Arabs wanted to invade Israel, to seek help from the Assyrians, whom I believe were white people, because when you read about Assyrians, they are as heartless as white people, all right? Okay, they are good white people, I agree, but you're in South Africa, white people, good ones are less than 20%. They are racist to the core, all right, and unapologetic. Not even the Bible transforms them. So I suspect somehow Assyrians were were of the white race. So you look at these people at the north of Israel, they were enemies of Israel, and also those ones at the east of the Jordan next to Israel. All right. So we always helped Israel against those people. But today, you stand with enemies of Israel, denying the history of your forefathers, and claim that the invaders of the land of Israel are the actual heirs of the land. So if you are saying people who invaded the land of Israel, the Arabs, own that land, then it means white people who invaded South Africa are owners of the land as well. You can't have it both ways. If you are denying Israel their land in Canaan, which is Israel, then you too have no claim to land in South Africa. And that is why there is no land redress, because God judges you according to how you judge other people. Hypocrisy is not justice. Double standards is evil. You don't even use emotions in judgment. You use truth. You can't, because you've been shown bombs decapitating Palestinian kids, just decide because look at how evil Jewish people are. Hey, these things are murderers, etc., etc. Okay, why don't they show you bombs of the same Palestinians decapitating Jewish kids? So you rely on graphic information used to channel your brain for decisions instead of what the standard of what is right and wrong is. What is the standard? Who allocates land? It is God who allocates land. The Bible is clear. So God gave them Canaan. God took Canaan not from Arabs. God took Canaan from black people and replaced us because of our sins which he lists in the Bible, which we're still practicing even today and calling it culture. Hence, we keep on losing land, because as long as you're committing those sins, and it is even grace that we haven't gone extinct, because other people, God brings them to extinction for those sins. There are many nations which have disappeared from the face of the earth because of these sins we are calling culture, which are written in Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10 to 12. When Israel did those same sins, God almost obliterated them. Yes, like. Yeah, so then he dispersed them all over the world because of those sins. When he commit those sins, I don't want to focus on that as such for this particular message. I'm just highlighting the hypocrisy of a black South African who stands with Arabs against Israel, who stands with Arabs against Iranians. Do you know who Iranians are? Do you know who Iranians? Those Ayatollah Khamenei's are not Iranians. They immigrated into Iranian land and imposed themselves as Muslims over natives of that land. The same thing that white people did in South Africa, the same thing these black foreigners of yours are doing to South Africa right now. When it's done to you, you know the pain. But in Iran, you stand with oppressors. Arabs are oppressors of Iran. They are a minority there. It's not their original land. Original people of Iran are Medes, Persians, and especially Elamites. I'm Arab in the land of those people. They depose the monarchy of 4,000 years in 1979 and impose themselves and terrorize Arabs to silence and terrorize Iranians to silence, and you support such people. But in South Africa, you demand freedom of yourselves from white people who terrorized you. The same Ayatollah and them terrorize Iranians. You stand with oppressors there and demand freedom here. Nahlanya. Ayikho into enjalo empilweni. Justice. You've got to have justice. You can't deny abantu base-Iran freedom from those monsters of yours who are funding your ANC, but demand to be freed here. The same goes with white South Africans. Yazi abantu South Africa, the hypocrisy yale country. Yazi uJesu wayengakhona ukuhlala nabafarisi bafethu. Yazi you can tolerate a sinner, but if a Pharisee, is unbearable. A Pharisee, hypocrisy is unbearable, because white South Africans stand correctly with actual Iranians in Iran against their oppressors. But white South Africans are oppressing blacks in South Africa. So, niyahlanya nonke. Ama-black South Africans ama nama-oppressor elentuze Iran. Ama-white South Africans are oppressor e-South Africa. Ama nabantu aba-oppressed e-Iran. Niyahlanya, both sides niyahlanya. You're mad. You're hypocrites. If, as white South Africans, you understand ukuthi Ayatollahs and them are oppressing Iranians, why don't you understand that you yourselves are doing the same to black South Africans? And you, black South Africans, if you understand that you are oppressed in South Africa, how come you don't understand that Iranians are oppressed by those monster friends of yours, the Arabs, the Ayatollah Khamenei's? You guys are sick. That is why we are not making any progress, because you guys are hypocrites. God is not solving our issues because you want freedom, but you're denying other people freedom. You deny Israelites their land. Hey, bantu benkosi. IKhanana lalela abantu abamnyama. uNkulunkulu wababhubhisa bafa. They went extinct. He said they will go extinct, ama-Canaanites, and he made sure that they go extinct. And he gave that land to Jews. Aqhamuka lama Arabian niwabiza ngama-Palestine la segcwele lapho aqhamuka who are owning the land of Israelites called the West Bank. The whole West Bank is what we are reading about in the Old Testament, where the prophets Samuel, Elijah and them resided. uJoseph uzoyazicelela ephethe eGibhithe uthi okay mhla uNkulunkulu esibuyisela enibuyisela kwaIsrael ezweni lesethembiso nithathe nanesidumbu sami. Though he was a great prime minister in Egypt under the black pharaohs, but he understood ukuthi ikubo kuwaIsrael abathathe ngisho nomzimba wakhe obviously ngokwesiko laseGibhithe wawungcwatshwe kuma-pyramid wathi negolide elingakakazi. Alright, so wathi bawulentuze bawuthathe umzimba wakhe ngisho selashona mase uNkulunkulu ebabuyisela kwaIsrael bayomngcwaba ezweni lakubo. They took the body mabenza lokuhlanya kwabo kusho ukuthi balokhu bejikeleza lapha ehlane for 40 years bajikeleza nelentuza nesidumbu sika Joseph. So but that's not the point. The point is that waze wayongcwatshwa nguphi kwaIsrael. But today lapha ngcwatshwa khona indawo eninikeza ama-Arab nithi indawo yama-Arab. Hey, what you wish against Israel happens to you. The reason we are not getting freedom from white oppressors or from imperialists and now we're being oppressed by black foreigners is because of the stance that your ANC idiot selves have taken against their inheritors of the land of Israel, who are Jewish people. Don't confuse evil things done by Jews with legitimate rights, or rather, let not the evil things that are done by Jewish people make you deny them their rights. They have a right to their land. Whether they are good or bad, we can debate about that another day. But if you are seeing Jewish people as evil, how are you personally? Are you a good person? Are you righteous? All right. Nathanda nina futhi masi yabazalwana masi nishumayeza nisitshela ukuthi si judgmental. But the judgment that you hold against Jewish people, wow, you engasonti. The judgment that you hold against Jewish people, nina ningajudge. Namanga ya judgmental. Actually abantu abangakholwa ba judgmental to the core. The very reason ingayinasesontweni ingoba nithi sikhohlakele thina abakhonzayo. So sikhohlakele kusho ukuthi phela nina nilungileke abantu. So masikhohlakele aniye esontweni ngoba nina kusho ukuthi nizimajare nazibona ukuthi anihlanganyeli nabantu abanjani abakhohlakele. Is that not judgment? Nina yini imbangela ukuthi singaphumeleli la South Africa because nisiqalekisa ngoNkulunkulu. Nale ANC ne-EFF nayo yonke lemhlanzo enisupportayo. All right. So and ningadukisa lamaJuda afana nabo Ronnie Casserols. Those are wicked Jews as well. And don't forget ukuthi Jewish people produced communism itself. Liberalism also has Jewish people in it, which is a very evil concept. So there are many evil Jews, but there are good Jews as well. And having many evil Jews does not therefore warrant that because they are evil, then we deny them their rights to their land. No, umuntu good or bad, ma umhlaba kungowakhe whether yamthanda or amthandi. Thank you.